Hey guys, welcome back to Scooby Doo Night of 100 Frights for the PS2. My name is Sajuuk and we're going to be heading into the Shipwrecks section, and this has to be one of the most frustrating sections in the whole game, and it lives up to its name, in my opinion. Just turned to the voice so I could hear myself. So we got the umbrella at the end of the last part, so now we can float up. And that will allow us to get the distance needed to reach this area. You can actually see part of the level that we're about to go into. It's just sort of graphics, but holy hell, this section is so difficult. Like, I'm not kidding. This level is real difficult. Mainly because the whole level involves precise jumping. So there's a lot of water and small platforms around, and what's not helpful is the camera angles very often, or like, you know, jumping onto the water and not dying. So we just have to sort of jump around a lot, and this is where the umbrella comes into its own quite nicely, mainly because we will be able to control our descents and get a bit more distance, and just control where we're landing, so we can just get a bit of distance, which helps massively. And the camera angle is so bad that it's so difficult to see if you're collecting snacks or not. Come on. So basically, this whole level involves going around this large shipwreck that you can just see here. I'm going to turn it down because I can really give myself a. So basically, the whole level involves us circling this ship that's right next to us, effectively. And that's how we're going to progress through this level. Of the shipwreck. So our way is blocked. We do need to progress. So okay, now the unfortunate problem is that the water rises and falls with the wind and all that. So we have to jump when the platform. See the little grey platforms, like the discoloured ones? They will be flooded at a certain point. You basically have to jump across when they're not discoloured, and you have to time it very well.
Very treasure.
Get that? As you can see, the snack jumps over here because, of course, this area gets flooded. Very nasty way of doing it. There we go. The next little bit is so frustrating. I'm going to say that quite a lot about this part. This part is going to feature a lot of failure. I'm going to just say that right now. There is a lot of failure to be found in this section, in terms of how often we're going to be replaying things. And once again, there will be a section up ahead in this area, mainly this level, where we will not be able to turn back, effectively. So we will be stuck on the path of going out here. So hit that switch. Okay, so this bit is so frustrating for the simple fact that there is so much distance and so little bounce off of these things to reach snacks. You will get pretty sick and tired of hearing Scooby talking about him jumping every single second.
Where I roll.
Oh, come on, I'm touching it. There we go. You know, that's frustrating me so much that I'm just turning this right down to 2. Because every jump is going to make him say different things. Which gets pretty frustrating when you're bouncing quite a number of times to try and get the angle right. Like this. Or not like this, as it may seem. So you just gotta hit the 3 switches. And the first little bit that we went over to, you can't get to if you hit these switches. So you do have to go there first, then get the buttons. So the angles can be quite frustrating. So as you can see, all this is just bouncing backwards and forwards across this section. Unfortunately, the height does make this a little bit harder. Or that happens. Oh, here we go. First failure. And we have to start all over again. Now, luckily we got all the snacks there saved. That's fine. I did turn down the SFX just simply because Scooby going whoa ho ho and Scooby every 5 seconds is going to get real frustrating. I mean, it really is every 5 seconds. It becomes difficult to focus, actually, for me if I'm hearing that over and over again. So let's just listen to music instead for this very tough section. This is a section that catches out pretty much everyone,
Where I
I'm
go.
afraid. It's because you're using the you're trying to get to the extremities of these bounces to get the most distance. Like this. I mean, you're here and you're trying to get to the absolute edge to get the most amount of height off these things. Oh, come on, that was.
Oh,
So you have to do this at such ridiculous angles.
Scooby. Where I go.
No, I'm not bouncing up and down crazily just to annoy people here. I'm doing it to try and get the height needed and the positioning to be able to jump to some of these snacks. There are such awkward places that the only place to do it is at the absolute corners of the bounces. So the more snacks I get here, the better, because then we don't have to replay other levels. So I will make an absolute hash of jumping just to try and get... Is that the right distance? Yes, it
Where
is.
I go.
Okay, jump.
No.
I'm going to jump at a diagonal just to get up here a bit easier.
Whippy.
Oh, come on, that's not fair. I mean, this is a little bit cheating just to get that little bit of extra height. Now, if I fail at this right here point, I'm going to just pause the recording and do it all over again until I get back up here. Because I'm not repeating this again, because this is just... Oh, come on, that is so obnoxious, where the camera just sort of goes across your vision. You can't even see that snack anymore. There we go, got it. Now, we don't have to go down here. The only reason to go down here is to get a couple of snack boxes. Now, we are getting them now just because, holy shit, it would be so difficult to get back here. And by this point, you'd probably be so incredibly frustrated that you just want to get on with the bloody game. Come on. Oh, God, that's close. There, got them. Just about not falling to my death into the water. Come on. There we go. And I believe we have all snacks, so I'm now going to put the sounds back to the way they were. And we can progress. Holy hell, we spent 10 minutes and we've only got through a very small section of the level. So where we are now is around the edge of an upturned ship, basically. And part of this level is conducted around this. Now, you can, no, you can't get stuck on this thing. I was going to say, the first time I came to this level, I thought I was missing something about how to progress. Because you get to here, right, and then you get this camera shot that just shows you the exit, but no way to get to it. So I thought it was just a case of jump and just hope. What you have to do is actually go up here to unlock the boat that will take you to the exit point.
Right.
Look at that.
Right.
Oh, come on, that's so not fair. Just gonna wait for it to come back round and then smash it. Like so. Now, there are invisible jet vents almost on this level. If you try to go too far out, it will push you right back in line, so you can't try to escape the boundaries of the level. Now, how many snacks do we have? 229 out of 268. Now, we may be able to get all of the snacks in this level. There is an area that we cannot reach right now because we need to go right around to where the other side of the ship is to get to it. Unfortunately. There is also a monster token here that we can get with a little bit of abuse again of the mechanics. All you have to do is do a super smash on this dude when he's right under here to be able to jump up. Now normally what you're supposed to do is come back here once you go bubblegum and then bounce up. But we'll just do that instead. Go here and you'll get a camera shot of the switch needed to unlock the boat. Get back up though is frustrating, I'll just say that right now. Because the whole thing is on turns, these tilting platforms. Unfortunately, the distance is huge for getting up here. You will have to do some pretty accurate jumping. We're just actually going to drive right down to the bottom and hit this button. That will release the powered boat, which will allow us to get to the exit. Okay, so let's make our way back out of this level. So to get out of this, what you have to do is basically tilt this right back and then run with the dash ability all the way up to the edge. Because that gives you the greatest height. No, you don't do that, Scooby. Now, I wonder where this is going to teleport us. It just teleports us back up here, but has the button been pressed? No.
Right.
Release that and try again. So the button does get reset if you fall down. So you have to do a run and jump up. Like so. You've got to be careful because when you're dashing you will have a bit of extra acceleration. There we go. This bit is so difficult. There we go. Got through.
Running. Right. Crabs.
Okay. Now we just got to not fall in the water. Once the little boat comes back round. And it will allow us to get to the... Are you kidding me?
Right.
I really hope that button's stuck down. No, it's not. Ah, fine. Oh dear. I'm just going to try and cheat this a little bit just to get this over done with fast. If I fail again, I am going to cut it until I get on the boat. Because I'm not dealing with this over and over again. You see what I mean by how precise this level is? And that's just the first part of the shipwrecks. We're not even at a gas on the mast yet. God, it's even worse with the preciseness of the jumps and the awkward camera angles. I mean, come on mate, I'm going to be annoyed by the end of this part. And I'll just be relieved I've got through it so fast. I'll just jump out a little bit. There we go. Get those snacks. Now, how many snacks have we missing? 1. And I know where that 1 snack is, so we will get 100% on the wreck on the deck. We have to wait until we've got to this level here, where the warp gate is, to get it. So just activate that. Luckily, no snack gates. Not yet, anyway. Let's just save right here. I'm going to save on here because we used the... Never saved just before. So this is where it gets really precise. This is why you can't turn back once you go through this. Because these boats are separated by a void and there's no way to get back. Now unfortunately this whole section has you jumping up the sunken ships. And if you're not careful, you will massively slide out of control right into the water. That's why I've got this music playing, because God almighty this section. So you need to use your umbrella and a lot of jumping. As you can see, there is the void that will prevent us from turning back once we got past this bit. So you can see where we've got to go through across the tops of the ships. There's a section that is really, really difficult to reach. You might even see the flying fish just in the far distance of where one of the ships out. It's got a bunch of snacks on it. Unfortunately, it's a difficult one to reach because if you don't jump it perfectly, you will not get onto the ship in question. As you start to turn around this way, you massively fly out of control. Not held. No. Careful. Get out of here. Unfortunately, any health losses you take will not be recuperated straight away, and there's a soapbox that will just take. Unfortunately, as you can see, they just sort of float right through the ship graphics, but we managed to just get that one just in the nick of time before it did. I think there's only 2 more snack gates left in the game, actually.
Right.
I'm gonna try and get as many of these as I can.
Right.
Oh hell, this is so difficult. That's why I'm not talking right now, because I'm just so focused on getting up this section. So the only way to get to the other ship that's just upturned facing the other direction is to jump on a flying fish and then hit it, but in such a way that you can get across to the other ship. So it's very, very tight. It's so precise, it's unreal. So as you can see, you gotta just jump it, and all that's down here is a ton of snacks. This one's got a bigger depth to it than the others for some reason. So if you are missing snacks on this level, try here because you probably have missed some. If your brain can even, if your patience can even cope with coming through this all over again. Oh, come on.
Right. Grab.
That one will just not give me anything, which is unfortunate. So this is us actually making our turnaround to get to the other side of the ship. You can see we're at the bottom end of it. So we're now going to make our way through another ship that will allow us to get to the other side, effectively. So we're basically doing a U-turn around the ship. Oh, come on, give me that snack. There we go, got it.
Right.
So we've got all the snacks in this section. Thank God. Just about get that one. That food item, and then we'll progress down here. So as you can see, there's no way to get back to on wreck on the deck here, so we have to just progress forward. And then we go to this ship to get to the other side. There's a monster token here, but it's too difficult to reach without a soap bubble. Just because of reasons.
Right.
The switch now, the other monster token is up here, but there is no way to really reach it without soap bubbling this witch. As you can see, there's no way to jump up there. Just give me a sec, folks. Sorry, my ear was getting a little bit itchy there. Hit that to thingy. Now you may be able to, if you're very lucky, sort of jump on the edge there and get up, but pretty much don't come here unless you have a soap bubble. There's no way to get it. I'm just going to do that for no reason. Wasn't trying to. Now, if you thought that previous section was really difficult with the ships, trying to jump across them while they're sliding downwards all the time, this next bit is going to really frustrate you. The camera angle is really obnoxious, and it is a lot of snacks in really awkward places. So as you can see, we're just going to jump across here. Now, as you can see, these things are going up and down into the water, and frustratingly, you had to jump this at just the right moment before the water touches. Once you get it, just jump. Literally. This gets worse later because they start to change direction. As you can see, they're now turning. Okay, get across. Now, that was the first one. So the first one went up and down. The second one turned. Now this one does both, effectively. Oh, holy hell, that was difficult. Oh, come on. And that is exactly why I don't like this section. Snacks placed in such awkward places that'll almost mean certain death. But we're going to try once more, and then what I'm going to do is just start pausing the recording until I get through it. Because it puts you all the way back at the beginning, which is very frustrating, which is you have to do this bit all over again. Just try to speed this up a little bit. Oh. insert me face palming right there at that very moment when the cutscene faded. That was what I was doing. I was doing a literal face palm and me failing like that. Oh, come on. This is the section where you will find it so difficult to get all the snacks. To get 100%. We're not going for 100% obviously, but you know, this is where you're going to spend a lot of your hours going backwards and forwards trying to get through it without dying over and over again. Oh, come on, I barely touched it. I'm going to just start pausing the recording until I get past that, because otherwise it's just going to be me failing over and over again, and it's going to just get repetitive, because that's all this is. Just now, I finally got the snack box. It was so tight to do it, but I eventually got it. I'll just get that one loose snack, and then progress on. I'm not even going to attempt the next one, because the next one is so ridiculously precise as well. I mean, it's like a snack box in the most awkward place. I mean, let's just try one. So as you can see, I just went right around the edge of that for no apparent reason. There's also one right in the centre, which is even harder to hit because of the positioning. I mean, that is virtually impossible unless you do that. I mean, that's the only way to get that. Come on. No, I'm not even going to attempt that box. I mean, if I want it, I'll do it off camera, but I'm not even going to waste my time with that. And then we get another awkward camera angle. With snacks in the most stupidest locations. Come on, I totally touched that. Right there. I'm just going to leave it at that because I'm frustrated with this level already. I just want to get on with it and reach the end. Otherwise, this whole part is going to be spent me messing around trying to get through levels, which we don't want. Now, there's the next snack gate up there. Now, I think this one requires 700 snacks. And we do have plenty to get here. So this one is actually easy to get the snacks. So all you have to do is swing from the life rafts, the life rings, I think, yeah, the life rings rather, to get up to the top level. That's what I have to do. The warp gate's away back here for some reason. But we're not actually going to go to the snack gate just yet. It's actually possible, because the first ones are so light. What the hell? I just had a blackout there on the screen. It's probably because of the flash of lightning. No, it was the thing. So the first life rings are quite loose, so you can actually swing quite some distance. But the next ones gets progressively tighter in how much they can move. I'm actually just going to head down this way and not fail. That'll be a good start. Just going to...
Right! Scooby!
You do need to use the life rings actually to jump some of these gaps, because they do get quite big, and they won't be jumpable just by using jumps effectively.
Yahoo!
So what we want to do is actually just go across the boats normally. You'll see that there's a magnifying glass there. Now, the magnifying glass is going to tell us about this hole in the shipwreck. Now, it does also give advice. This hole in the shipwreck leads to the other side of the ship. It doesn't tell you anything about that. This is going to lead us to Wreck on the Deck Part 1 at a raised level where the last snack can be found. Now, there's a good hint here. Be careful not to fall off this cliff because it will be difficult getting back up here. Basically that means that you'll have to go and use a warp gate or go through the whole level all over again. Which we're not going to do, we're just going to go back. We've got 100 snacks in one level at least. I don't think there's anything down here. Yeah, it's just the exit from the boss battle we're about to go into for this part.
Right!
So now I just have to get back to the thingy. insert that swear word because now I've got to do this all over again. Unfortunately, it seems that the boats are at slightly obtuse angles. They're not completely straight despite the camera making it look that way. Just jump up here so it's just the right height. Now this height difference will mean that you will not be able to get hit by the flying fish that are coming from the below.
Scooby Snacks.
Come on. There we go. This one's going to have a lot of looseness in it. As you can see, the tension's gone. Literally. Got exactly 799 snacks. This needs to... Gee, 750? Jeez. That's going to wipe us clean. We've got no snacks left. That means if there's any more snack gates, we're screwed. Because they're going to have a higher requirement. Okay. So this first level is basically just to prep you for the boss battle. There's no warp gates to be found here. And all I have to do is find 4 keys. Now this is incredibly hard because to find them you're going to have to do a lot of precise jumping again. Now the 4 keys that are around here, you just got to find them. As you can see, these platforms do turn round. Which just makes this a little bit harder. Now be careful, the pattern changes. As you can see, this one's going to spin round twice before it lets us go up. This is going to turn round twice in the opposite direction. And then it'll go up. Key number 1. And here's the next one. All you have to do is jump.
Here I roll.
There's the key. It is actually possible to get all the keys, all the snacks in this level, rather. Jesus Christ, jumping when you're on these things has so much momentum. Would you see that massive momentum I just had?
Here I roll.
I don't know what the point of grabbing the life thing is, but never mind.
Right.
I think there's only like 118 snacks on this level.
No.
Oh heck, 2. Now this bit's a bit difficult because this time you've got nothing to bounce back to. I think I got the key there.
Scooby.
Damn it. I just want to get all the snacks here so I don't have to worry about later levels. Because we do not have very many snacks, unfortunately, this time around. Sugar. I jumped that all wrongly because I was trying to resist the jump effectively. You should try not to resist effectively the jumping mechanism. The jumping physics, rather. I think I got it. Yep, there we go. We're just going to leave it at that. It says it's got 3 keys. Now I know where the last one is. It's up this bit here. God damn it. Okay, this bit is really frustrating. Come on. I'm trying to work out the pattern here for it. There we go. I'm going to try to do it against the pattern effectively. So you're going to jump up to this life ring. And then super smash this switch. And the point of that is to activate some things. You can do it from any direction really. And you don't have to go against the flow, you just have to make sure you don't fall off. Which is actually very easy to do as a result. Damn it, I'm doing it again and again. This time I think it's just because I'm not doing the controls very well. It's because I saw that at an obtuse angle this time. Alright, to get the key, and that's just unlocked our way onward to the boss battle now. Since we're here, might as well just get all the snacks. I mean, how many do we have? 67, there's 50 left. That means that they're all here. I just have to find them. And I'll keep searching until I find them all.
Right? Scooby Snacks.
So to get to these snacks, you will have to just jump from the wheel thing. What do they call it? The ship's wheel thing. You just jump like that. Ah, there we go, we have them all. So we can just exit this level and enter the boss battle, which is actually surprisingly easy. But let's enter and get a cutscene straight away. So we have to rescue Fred, I believe it is.
Ready?
Yep.
See if you can get me down, Scoob. Thanks, Scooby. I think the mastermind's behind this mystery. Have you seen the others?
Well, but I lost them.
Maybe if we look around, we can find some clues that will lead us right to them. And to the professor.
I've had a bellyful of your meddling. It's high past time I did away with you once and for all.
I think you'll remember this old adversary of yours. He certainly remembers you.
Scooby, what's happening? It's the roast of Redbeard.
Shivery timbers.
Yes, insert your evil laugh here.
I think your old foe has a score to settle with you.
Well, we all know that Fred's dumb, despite being the leader. Okay, I'm just going to pause here. Do love those sound glitches where the music just plays anyway. Restart. Okay, so all you have to do is cut the wires. That's all you have to do. You can't attack him directly, unlike the other ghosts. So all you have to do is these ghosts will appear. Then all you have to do is stand here. He'll throw his sword, and that'll load it. And all that happens is over the course of the battle, the ghosts just become a bit more numerous. So just keep walking this way, it'll be fine. Now, as you can see, more of these, I think they're Captain Moody's, that run around a little bit. Now, the reason to do that is because it'll get them to your level and prevent that from happening. And now that'll happen pretty much all the time. There's no way to really avoid it, because this ghost does like to go to your level.
Rummy.
If you try to go too near him, he'll just create this barrier to prevent you going near him.
Right?
Just keep running like this just to avoid the ghost. The pattern's pretty much the same for each level. So now I get the ghosts going across in a cross, effectively. And then I have to deal with 3 Captain Moody's. Just running around like this to... We can get 2 of them before we have to lose a health point, but that's fine. I'm just going to get down here because I want to make sure that he's not throwing the sword at somewhere random.
Rummy.
Run out of the way. Cuts the wire. And he's almost going to die. And all we have to do is repeat, and we'll defeat Redbeard very shortly. I'm just walking down to make sure that no ghosts get in the way. This next one is very frustrating though, because they're going to come out in basically a circular formation like this. Which does mean one of them is likely to touch you at some point. Now we're going to deal with 4 of them. Now this bit can be frustrating because they all go off at different angles. But we're just going to run around a little bit just to get them at our level. Oh, come on, that's not fair.
Rummy.
Get down here. Hey. Throw the sword, and that is him defeated. Let me just get the volume back to normal, and then we will go and listen to another cutscene, as there always is. Now, why is it telling us about bubblegum? We don't actually have it yet, but it's appearing. That is a bug, because we don't actually have this invention yet, but we will in a minute. I'll have to check back in the video to see if that was there before we started the battle, because then it's a bug they've just programmed this game terribly. Let's just see what happens. We can actually throw bubblegum even though we don't have the invention officially yet. Anyway, cutscene.
Thanks, Scoob. The mastermind really had us over a barrel that time.
Well, ran under one.
We caught the ghost of Redbeard on that freighter years ago. I wonder what he's doing here.
Jenkins! Watch out, guys! The creeper's chasing me!
Velma, wait a second. There's something on your glasses. The creeper ×2. Now this is a clue. And clues like this just don't fall into your lap by accident.
I think you guys will remember that clue from way earlier in the Let's Play. Anyway, Shaggy's here.
Raggy! Scoob! Food!
We should go find Daphne and Holly and put all our clues together.
And find that mastermind.
Try the secret lab.
A secret lab? Who told you about a secret lab, Scooby?
Ronnie did, before she disappeared with Daphne.
Come on, you two. You're coming with us.
Get there, Scoop. Fred wants us to stop our smorgasbording.
Aw.
Okay, guys. If you want to stay in this creepy cove all alone.
Reddy and I got rid of the roasts.
So, lots of goodies and no ghosts? Sounds better than a secret lab, huh, Scoob?
Yep, a roast-free room.
All right, then. We'll catch up with you later.
You big chickens.
Big chickens! What's this? Professor Graham's Tricky Sticky Gum Doohickey. What do you say, Scoob? Want to give it a try?
Okay, rhyme game.
It says here, this stuff will stick creeps in place so you can bounce off their heads.
The roast driver.
Yeah, like the ghost diver.
A roast driver.
So, let's get out of here, Scoob!
And you're about to get a clue about what's happening. He's not moving. Okay, so despite the fact that we got the gum earlier than we should have, that's not a problem. Okay, I'm just going to demonstrate it right here. As you can see now, you can just bounce, 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 and bounce as much as you want to get to places. Let's get out of here before that music copyright claims me. So basically, the bubble gum allows you to bounce off of ghosts' heads, effectively. I wonder what would happen if... I've never actually done this. I just want to go back in and see what's going to happen. Does the music reset or what? No, it doesn't. Let's just get out of there. So that particular level just has a fixed track that we don't want to play. Hey, this cannon is a one-way shot to the front of Mystic Manor. We're going to take it because we have no reason to stay in this dump of a cove. At all. So we learned that the lenses that Scooby gave Velma much earlier after we defeated the Black Knight, pardon me, were actually holographic lenses with the creeper imposed on them. So that's why she kept seeing creepers. Makes sense now. How many snacks do we have in this section? I'm missing one snack box from somewhere. Or 5 individual snacks. I think I know where they are. Just to pad out this part just a little bit longer, just because I'm here. But we are reaching the closing sections of this Let's Play. We've got the vast majority of inventions. Yeah, there's the 5 individual snacks, easy enough.
Whippy!
We'll just do this and just cheat a little bit.
Whippy! Oh.
There we go. Got them all. So yeah, we're reaching the near closing sections of the game now, because we've only got a couple of levels to go to. And those levels will be in Mystic Manor, and it's going to be this basement section. So we're going to go through the secret passages from here that'll lead us into the basement, and it'll let us go to the final invention of the game. Well, not the final invention, the final main one. I'll say the final main one, because the other one that I haven't got, which is the Dark Knight's armor, you don't need it. So yep, that was part whatever number this is, I don't know anymore. We'll just be progressing into the final closing stages of the game. I'm going to just do 2 short parts, I think, for the next bit, because the super secret lab section is quite difficult and we may need to backtrack to get snacks. How many snacks do we have at the moment? 171. We're going to need something like 850 to get to the final level, which means we might have to backtrack, but we'll see. So yep, that is part whatever. I will see you in the next part where we're going to head into the secret passages and find the soap bubble, which will allow us to get to the secret labs. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next video, guys. Bye now.